Up, oh, let me grind while I build this rope. Fuck yeah.
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
Up, oh, let me grind while I build this rope. Fuck yeah.
Silly hat man's got the silliest willy around.
Top of the buongiorno.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Top of the buongiorno. So I did figure out how to get it to show the alert properly, but now it's going to show that same little musical note thingy every time.
But there'll be some ironing out of some things. I mean, are you streaming if you're not having technical difficulties?
Well,
right?
It was something that I had tried to get to work in the past, and it didn't work initially, and so I changed a couple of things, but I wasn't.
You know what?
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Ooh, we're halfway there. Ooh,
yeah,
we're living on a prayer.
It's true. We're just trying to get the goods.
If you take my hand, we'll make it. I swear.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Nasty.
If you I'm on 4G. They're trying to fix it tomorrow. Oh no, your internet screwed up.
Oh no.
So I would suggest.
Look at that pretty face. Did you just wink at them as a sausage?
Yeah, because we'll have to get the wink.
How dare you?
Maybe just frequently selecting live might work best for you. Also, hello Danny. Hello Philip Torkington. I'm so glad to see you both. Yeah, we had to run into town and get a couple of things.
A couple grocery items.
Wow, card.
We've been eating a lot of carrots, so we got like a 5-pound bag of carrots because I've just really been enjoying roasted carrots. I don't know. And also, like last night for dessert, we had like the best ever dessert. So our neighbor has raspberry bushes, and we picked ourselves.
That's too damn bad.
Probably close to like $30 worth of berries, at the very least.
It's true.
And then we proceeded to eat it with whipped cream. And it was really good.
Honestly,
and some chopped apple.
We're both definitely skinnier today than we were. Because I had to basically eat a bunch of insoluble fiber to make up for all the soluble fiber that we ingested. But
No. I think it's soluble fiber is what makes you.
Which one is berries?
Let's Google this once and for all. Soluble versus insoluble fibers. That way we know what we're talking about when we talk about it.
I'm pretty sure insoluble would be the things that you...
So soluble is... We should show them this.
Yes, we're teaching you about...
your fibers.
Oh, there's a Jinjee.
So, like, a good, well-rounded breakfast in regards to fibers is oatmeal with some apple in it. Because then you got,
Soluble fiber can be found in foods such as oat bran, barley, nuts, seeds, beans.
But here, soluble fiber dissolves in water and includes plant gums. Insoluble fiber doesn't dissolve in water.
You're gonna love my nuts.
So the soluble fiber that dissolves in water, that's what'll give you the diarrhea. Insoluble fiber, which doesn't dissolve, that's what's gonna make you constipated.
I mean...
Oh wait, no. Because soluble is so soluble bungs you up and insoluble gives you the diarrhea. So if you combine the two,
Yeah, then you get
a good poop,
the
a good BM.
the regular schmegula?
Yeah. The bowel movement of your dreams.
Yes, so obviously, I mean, it's very important for us to let you know that. We got the...
Everything allowed to be sassy on that birthday.
Sassy on the birthday!
We're also not nutritionists. We're just like, people who eat. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Well, it's not Jinjee's butt, so I can take that off there. We just try to, educate you guys on how your bowels should function.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like a normal thing
Because I think
to do.
everyone feels better after a good BM.
How'd the shopping trip go? Regular and uneventful, I hope?
Yeah.
It was both of those things.
The cart was a little bit difficult and pulled to one side.
Do you guys have that problem in the UK and also where you're from, Danny, where 9 times out of 10 you're likely to grab a shopping cart
Shitty cart.
Like you try to go, you have to turn left, but to go left you have to go slightly right and then bring it around.
Or
our carts usually have buggered wheels. You know what? We should have maybe one of the local stores was selling
carts for $10. That
shopping
explains
carts
the
for
one
like
day
$10.
we were driving into town and somebody was pushing a shopping cart down the highway. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, and this
I do
morning,
know.
our way into town, somebody was walking along the side of the highway with a baby in a carriage.
Build this rope. Fuck yeah.
It drives me bonkers.
Why are you walking on the shoulder of a highway with a baby in a
that's
carriage?
like this big? It's like the width of my shoulders.
And this isn't like, divided highway. It's just like 2 lane, like
single lane.
Yeah, sorry, single lane. And
they're walking along the shoulder of it, pushing a baby carriage, and it's like semis, and it's smoky outside and very windy and cold, and because there is some construction just happening just down the way, it's a lot of vehicles come in waves, right? And it's just in my perspective, walking around the block will get you the same amount of steps as walking on a highway, and you will not increase your likelihood of dying from a vehicular contact, a rock hitting you in the face, a piece of mud hitting you in the face. Who knows? The rubber stripping off of semi tires that are, they call them, I can't remember, they call them not run flats, but basically they patch semi tires because it's cheaper than replacing them sometimes, and those patches come off. And as someone who used to work driving on the highway, I would see people riding their bicycles on the highway and stuff. And I get what you're doing. You want maybe the scenery of it all and the long stretch, but the likelihood that you will not live your full natural life from doing that goes up drastically.
yeah.
It's always something that's boggled me. And we've had lots of incidents in our province of people dying in that way. And people are they just still would rather do that.
They're like, it's my right to be able to walk on the side of the highway or go for a bicycle ride on the side. And yes, it is absolutely your right. But understand that most people in this province drive in trucks to places where they are going.
You may be in the right.
And also, we have a government that doesn't look too harshly on drunk driving, unfortunately. They do, but they don't.
Well, hello, War Staff.
Hey,
7
Staff.
kids. Crazy. You're looking after 7 kids?
Why are you looking after 7 children? Please tell me you're babysitting other people's children at this moment in time.
We were actually just talking about something you shouldn't do with those 7
which is
kids.
walking down the side of the highway with a baby in a carriage.
So,
it just seems dumb.
the other thing about that really bothered me was that the child doesn't care where they're walking, if it's in a park, if it's down the street, if it's in a back alley. the adult is the one who wanted the change of scenery, right? They wanted to walk along the highway and look at the fucking ditch flowers. I don't know. But it's just, you just never know. People take this highway to go to the dump.
Yeah.
And they don't always secure, like, we secure our garbage very well with tarps and ropes, but that's like weird around here. When we show up to the dump there, he's like, whoa, what is this? You held your garbage down so it didn't blow everywhere? A sleepover party.
Ooh.
So what's it like being in the adult side of a sleepover? Like the one that's supposed to like take care of all the
Manage the
hooligans.
children.
I've only been one of the hooligans.
Philip did say that they have to put 1 pound coins in their shopping trolleys to use them, but if you sold took it for scrap metal, you'd get 3 pounds profit. It works. That people, I think, do that here as well. Here you have to pay between 25 cents to $1. It varies where you go. But I have like fake coin things that I put in.
If you're like really on the ball, you get those little some companies hand them out as like a token.
I worked
whatever.
at a place that gave them to me and had like their initial on it.
Hi, Happy Mask.
Yeah, hi.
Honestly, Happy Mask, you just reminded me of a wonderful fact that I think everyone in the world should know. The American robin is a very common bird.
The Turdus migratoris.
The American robin you may see looking for worms all over the place. Next time you see one, say to yourself, "Oh my Lanta, it's the Turdus migratoris."
I've started calling them that just because it's such a better name than robin.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's a Turdus migratoris.
The Turdus migratoris, also known as Happy Mask. Ever since Krissy looked that up, I just can't not think it's hilarious.
And the way they just hop around is really
just like a bunch of turds.
Boop, boop,
hopping around like a bunch of turds.
Boop, boop. And we have this so we have like a little kind of like it's not like a shed, but it's like a shed area that has like a tarp covering it. And there's like water that is settled in that tarp despite our efforts to get that water out. Anyways, the birds love to bathe in it.
It's so
despite
gross.
the fact that it's really gross. And I've tried to make them a nice little bird bath out front that they give no shits about.
It's like
anyway,
Flint, Michigan drinking water.
Yeah. The birds, especially the robins, love to bathe in this tarp water. They just and then they like
splashes everywhere.
They splash around and they drink a little bit.
And there's a bunch of like rusty nails.
Yeah. Like we were watching them the one day and he was like splashing water everywhere. He was just like having
I was like, don't let it touch you. It's got tetanus.
He was having a fucking grand old time.
And we set out a faux bird bath for him.
Yeah.
And they prefer.
I made them a very nice bird bath with like a tub. I took a Tupperware tub, a big old Tupperware tub. I have the water at a nice gradient, so it's like more shallow on one side and deeper on the other. I put some rocks in it so they can like hop on the rocks. They're like, they don't ever, like, they can always be out of the water if they want to be.
It's
half decent for a Rubbermaid bird bath, but they don't want it. They want the fucking tarp water, and it's weird.
I had the other weird thing Krissy has witnessed and I haven't is that apparently a particular way that they clean themselves is called anting.
Yeah, I saw Robin do this like about a week ago. It laid down in the humus. It's the so look.
Oh,
there's actual ants there. I don't know.
This
how many
is
ants
a
are around
bird.
Here.
This is ants.
And it
not sure how well you can see them.
It spread its wings out and then like kind of nestled down in the dirt, like face down, and then just like laid there until I like walked closer and it flew away.
So this is on planet Earth. It's a, I don't know what.
But they put ants on them to clean.
They
themselves.
let the ants climb on themselves. To climb on them on purpose.
Maybe look up robin sunbathing. Because it could have been sunbathing as well.
Yeah, they just...
But yeah, they use the ants to clean off their feathers for them.
So it says in high temperatures and high humidity will cause more parasites on the bird's body. And to remove the parasites, they come to an ant colony. And the ants, it says it is trying to remove parasites using formic acid. And formic acid is strongly acidic and effective in eradicating insects. I don't know how that makes sense. Sorry, you said look up a robin.
Yeah, robin. Sunbathing.
The freaking Turdus migratoris.
Ah, yes. Stunning.
Happy Mask, how you doing today, bud? American robin sunbathing. What do we want?
The top one.
That's too damn bad!
I kind of want to see the 5
Because I
elephants.
think this is going to be very close to what I witnessed. Yeah, because it was doing this weird shit.
Yeah, it looked
It
like...
was so weird.
I'm going to lay in an ant pile since no one has told me not to. Just make sure that you're actually on Fear Factor first.
Yeah, it did this. It was kind of like looking up at first, and then it like eventually laid its face down into the dirt.
Yeah, it looks like it's broken.
Yeah,
It
was
looks like
weird.
it's just not working.
Like it puffed its body out really wide.
It does. If you look here, I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, you can also fast forward a little bit. Like if it keeps doing
Yeah,
this.
I
for a
would
while,
just
like-
wanted to look.
Yeah.
So it looks like it'll change whatever the hell it's doing shortly.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, someone noticed me.
Oh, they fast forwarded it.
It's sunbathing topless. So I mean, obviously there's tons of robins everywhere. I'm sorry, Turdus migratoris.
But there's that Leslie the Bird Nerd. 5 lovable things about the American robin.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Okay, let's learn about the Turdus migratoris.
Here are 5 lovable things about these wonderful birds. Enjoy.
Here, I'll go to 1.25.
Harbingers of spring.
Harbingers.
For many of us in northern regions, especially where I live, when robins show up, usually around the end of March to
Robins.
early April, they seem to bring spring with them. The temperatures are warmer, the sun is up for longer.
Well, no,
Those
it's
cold
just not
and
true.
stormy winter days become a thing of the past.
Oh, that looks like here.
Holy shit!
Because
That's
of this,
what it
it's
looks
no
like
surprise
here.
that robins are often seen as a symbol of spring.
Sure, symbol of spring.
Sing lovely songs.
They do. Don't
Robins
fast
belong to the
forward too
thrush
much.
family, a family of birds known for their incredibly beautiful songs. Like these
Thanks.
guys can really sing, such as the lovely hermit thrush, varied thrush, wood thrush, and others. Robins, too, sing a great song. In fact, people are more familiar with the American robin song than other thrushes because, well, robins tend to hang out in our neighborhoods and other
It's true.
human-dominated
I
habitats.
actually didn't realize
Their
a
rich
lot of the
caroling
sounds
sounds
we
so
hear
happy,
them.
cheerful, it's contagious, lifting our spirits after a long, cold winter. This is another reason they are associated with the life-giving season, because this is when they start singing again as though to announce the arrival of spring. During the entire season, their pleasant songs can be heard all day and even well after sunset.
It's true.
What region of the United States is that accent? Their
That's
saying can be heard.
That's like Fargo,
Sang?
like northern.
You think that's North Dakota?
Yeah, but
there
we
was
also
all that snow.
we
It might
also
be
have
Montana.
we also have her going fast, right? So
Yeah.
because like that tends to be more northern, like usually quite close to Canada. Those accents.
Their season, their pleasant songs can be heard all
Thanks.
day and even
Thanks.
well after
Thanks.
sunset.
Where in Rhode Island, I seem to notice a lot of people saying roof and root, and instead of roof and root.
I would think. No, maybe not Montana. I've met people from Montana.
Wyoming.
No, what's that one guy who makes everything from scratch? He started back in
How
the
to
Stone
make
Age.
everything.
Yeah, how to make everything. That guy. He sounds a little bit like that guy, but he sounds a little bit like Fargo. Little Fargo.
a little bit of Bob the Builder. No, not Bob the Builder. I forgot to actually check if this command worked.
After the video, we can also look on our channel to see if it says we're
Pleasant and friendly. It seems that everything about
Honestly,
these
Leslie
red
the bird
pot-bellied
nerd, I
earthworm
expected
hunters is pleasant and friendly too.
better
They
facts.
have lovely songs, they bring spring with
Thanks.
them, and they seem to like keeping
give a
us
shit what they're
company, hanging
saying.
around with us in our parks and in our gardens.
Gardens and
Yeah, sure, it may
paints.
be because they are looking for a
Yeah, I
juicy
don't give a shit. The number one thing is charming. These are terrible bird facts.
Well, she is supporting them with more facts.
Fine.
worm, but still, they are nice to have around, and I don't think too many people would disagree with that.
I do like her accent.
Nest in our gardens. Because robins are so used to being around people,
They are always running
using our
around the
lawns
garden.
and gardens to find worms, they have no problem nesting in a tree in our gardens either, providing a wonderful opportunity to get a peek into their secretive and intimate world of raising nestlings. It can be a
They probably have to
memorable
have a really good
experience,
camera
especially for children,
to film
not to
birds.
mention a fun learning one too. What's more
I've
is
seen
that
this
robins can
bird.
nest up to 3
Everyone has seen this bird. It's the freaking Turdus migratoris.
I've seen this bird.
This is the Turdus migratoris, bro. Everyone's seen this bird, the American robin.
times in a breeding season, and they will reuse
The
this
funny thing is most people don't understand a bird around them at any given time is called the Turdus.
same nest. So you'll get to see even more nest action.
That
For many
exact,
people,
oh,
this is
that
their first
actual,
experience with
that
watching a bird
specific
nesting.
robin landed at your house.
Charming.
Charming.
Robins are charming to watch
They're
as
so
they hunt for
charming.
earthworms, running across the ground, then pausing, standing
They are
motionless
funny.
for a few seconds,
charming.
cocking their
It
head to the
reminds
side
me
as
of
they
the game
look and listen
Joyce.
for any signs of movement,
I'll
and
show ya.
eventually pulling a long earthworm out of the ground. You have to admit that they are pretty cute to watch.
That one was Claude and Claudia.
I really wanted to keep this video short, but I do want to add one more as a kind of bonus. They are adorable. That bright yellow bill, big red belly, pretty white
God
eye
damn
ring,
it, Leslie.
and then
They're
add to that
charming
one.
and
I thought she was
adorable.
going to talk about like, oh, they survive winter by not migrating, do blah 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 blah. But it's
well,
like,
there's 5 lovable things about the American robins. They're charming.
Well,
Look at Leslie the Bird Nerd's
she
channel.
didn't
This is
even
her assessment.
say-
Well, obviously, Kate.
she didn't even say, I love the fact they're called that the Turdus migratoris. Can I?
I just wanna click on her channel for a moment. I have watched some of her stuff before.
Ew, you seen a bird eat another bird? Hey,
Oh.
bluebirds. We haven't seen bluebirds where we are, but the
I've-
town close to us has them.
Yeah, I've seen them in the town closest to us, which is only 5 minutes away, but I've never seen any out here.
Damn my interwebs.
Oh man, I was
I'm
really
sorry.
hoping that Leslie the Bird Nerd's channel would say, I'm based out of this state.
Oh, joust. Why'd I say joist? Yeah, it reminds me of this game when we watch the robins run around. You guys probably know this one. Show the game? What?
That thing?
Yeah, because the purpose is, like when you touch it, the platforms come up. And
Oh,
every
it is an ostrich.
yeah, and oh, he's just doing the flying. When you run, they go. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, he's just flying like that. It reminds me of, the good stuff. Levity, your internet is highly unacceptable.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
There wasn't a lot I seen today on the old news sphere that was a lot interesting, other than in the province of Manitoba.
Oh, what's going on there?
There was a bunch of people have set up a roadblock, basically to protest that the government won't look in the Winnipeg landfill for a missing person.
Oh.
And the federal government came out and said, we would love to help. We need the province to ask us for help. Like, we can't just do it.
That is unfortunately how a lot of things are.
So then the province came out and said, I can't believe they're trying to make us look like the bad guy. It's like, what? And then they said, well, we're going to continue to support the families and however we can, but the danger in doing this is, like, we're not going to do it. It's
Why?
like, I don't know. There's probably, like, because there's probably, like, it's like, if you don't look, you don't find. There's probably like 1,000 dead bodies in the Winnipeg landfill.
I was gonna say, like, because there's a lot of problems in Manitoba with missing persons.
It's the same
especially,
reason
like, First Nations
they
people.
hate dragging lakes
And
in Alberta.
It might uncover something they're trying to cover up. Who the fuck knows?
There's someone from our hometown who was one of my brother's best friends who just disappeared.
Oh yeah, Dylan Koshman.
Yeah,
That's
there's been a
well-known case.
lot of speculation about if the family members he was living with at the time. Oh yeah, we got
Sorry,
some
I am a little
chocolate
bit
covered
hungry.
nuts. I want some too. I'm glad you opened it. I don't know if you guys eat milk chocolate peanuts. I'm sure that isn't.
I'm sure they do in America.
I'm sure that isn't a Canadian thing. But just for the reference, they're really good. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation about if the person was intoxicated, if Dylan was intoxicated and something happened, blah, blah, blah. There was like a serial killer in Edmonton at the time.
Was there?
Yeah, I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Long story short, he's never been found.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's dead.
The mom, to get Edmonton to drag the lake to look for his body, it was like, I think it took like several years worth of petitioning, and it's simply because they know they're probably going to find 15 other bodies and be like, ah, shit.
Now we have to do paperwork.
Now we got to look into the highway of tears that we've been neglecting forever. So we might not have as many crazy true crime stories, but
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
Levity wants the famous wiener in his anus.
Are we about to look at memes?
Well,
Friday memes?
I think so. Also, Happy Mask said, I have the video of the bird I can share.
Ooh.
Memes. Bring out your memes. I would like to see your reaction to something, though,
Okay.
on the Daily Dose of the Internet's latest video about going to the beach.
Just so you know, if we ever stop streaming, I may become clinically depressed. No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all. Well, you know what, Philip?
I'll be there for you. Bam.
Actually, I need to get serious for a second. Philip. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You gotta call on your brother. Voice crack. When you need a friend. 'Cause we all need somebody to lean on. Sorry.
That was beautiful, Evan. Thank you.
Yes, now it is recorded for future posterity. Justin Bieber got famous, and that other weird guy. I think there's one other person who got famous from the internet.
I need to put these back.
Mm-mm.
I've eaten more than a quarter cup serving by this point. They're so good. Oh no.
Okay.
Just a few more.
Why are nuts covered in sugar delicious?
Sometimes the body just calls out for mixed nuts.
Honestly, nuts are just great.
You're gonna love my nuts.
I gotta help Miss Love with her handstands. Okay. I only seen this because, like, you know how you sometimes hover over it? And, whatever happens.
Hello, everyone.
I mean, if you don't know Daily Dose of the Internet, I don't know what to tell you. Just like a short 3-minute videos of things this guy finds on the internet.
Usually Reddit.
Usually Reddit. We sometimes find it before they do.
Yeah.
Ba-do-do-do, shots fired. Just kidding.
And this is your daily dose of internet. One of my subscribers sent me this video of a worm that they found at the beach.
It's a worm. It's scary looking, eh?
Try back, Billy.
Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen?
Thank you.
Like, it's just like, it's like a super normal, nice, beautiful beach. And in the sand, there's whatever the fuck that thing is.
Those kind of worms lurking. It's like knowing that in our tree line there's snakes lurking. I don't like that fact.
The snakes can't hide like that.
Yes,
Oh
they can.
No. Oh, well, I guess I was perceiving he pulled it straight up, but it might have been just, oh God, it's just so fucking gross. How is anyone on this goddamn beach right now?
I'm highly uncomfortable with this information.
I hate the ocean. I hate the ocean. Just gangster dodge.
Burger
That's a
King just
freaking
released
Widowmaker.
a new item that's only available in Thailand called the Real Cheeseburger. The only thing it has is slices of cheese stacked between a hamburger bun.
So fucking gross. How do you eat that?
That would have been my brother's teenage dream, though.
Look at it though. It's
Like, pardon me, I kind of wish that Mark were here right now in stream watching this with us, because that would have been my brother's teenage dream. I remember my mom and I would, like, go away for a few days up to Saskatoon and, like, leave him alone in Moose Jaw when he was, like, you know, a teenager old enough to be alone by himself. And we would come back and, like, we would leave, like, a full brick of cheese in the fridge, and he would have, like, eaten most of it, and you could actually see, like, chonk marks from the teeth.
It's like, I don't know. I don't think you'd be able to swallow it. You'll definitely be constipated.
Oh, for sure. Cockroach.
Yeah, we don't have big ones like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, God damn it!
Oh, that scared me, like, back in the day they used to send those fucking emails where you, like, it's like, stare at this picture for a second, and then,
Ah, my
like, you know,
neck.
at the very last second, it's like an old creepy lady that runs up to the camera. That scared me like that.
That broke my
That
neck.
scared me like that. That scared me way too much.
Oh, I'm glad we don't have those things.
Guys figured out a genius way to eat ramen.
That's if you watch too much TikTok videos.
Yeah. Are you joking? Wow.
Cheese
Cheese
stacks.
This is not CGI. A new building called The Sphere is opening soon in Las Vegas, and the outside is already operational.
Huh.
It's like a
Big screen.
what you call it? Planetarium on the outside. I mean, that's fucking cool.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
This YouTuber pretended to have a dead guy in his freezer and then called out a repairman to fix it.
I've actually seen this guy's channel before. He does a bunch of, you know, like he's a prank guy. But they're actually not bad pranks. Like, they're not like the ones you're thinking of, like going up and like stealing someone's food prank. This is like decent.
It's about this region? Yeah. When you born?
A week ago.
I just bring my stuff, okay?
What?
You can bring my stuff, okay?
Okay.
Is he playing it off?
Yeah.
Like,
he's about to drive away. We'll tell him not to. This is a joke, dude. That's my friend in the refrigerator. He's alive.
This dad found out that his son is a snitch.
I'm not giving you my driver's license. I'm not even telling you my name. Okay.
I know his name.
What's his name?
That's Jinjee.
I have to go get cricket.
I don't think the cop can do that. I don't think that's legal to ask the child for his name. If the kid offered it up, I think he can take it, but I don't think he can do this.
That his son is a snitch.
I'm not giving you my driver's license. I'm not even telling you my name. Okay.
I know his name.
What's his name?
That's Jinjee.
Yeah, see, I mean, it's hilarious that the kid did it, and that kid would do that because they don't understand whatever's happening.
And they don't want anybody to be in trouble with the cops. So they
But
would
I
be like, "Oh, go along
really
with
don't think you can do that. You'll get the ad. Yeah, we'll check out the comments of it after. And Mr. Levity, I'm sure we can, as long as it's not like super copywritten or whatever, you know?
We are.
To go get crickets, and I just realized what shirt I'm wearing right now.
This dramatic fish jumps out.
The guy said he's going to get crickets
Yeah,
for his
I hate
animals.
bugs.
I eat bugs, isn't it?
No.
He's going to buy crickets.
And I just realized what shirt I'm wearing right now.
Oh, I eat bugs.
This dramatic fish jumps out whenever she tries to clean their aquarium.
Whenever I put my fish back into it, the yellow one always tries to himself. And okay, oh see? I don't know if you can see.
Does he eat?
That kitten has big paws.
These
though.
are snowflies.
That was
and they
fucking great. Yeah, like almost it wasn't an actual house cat, but it's like a baby jag or something.
Or it's gonna be a big house cat.
A Maine Coon.
These are snowflies, and they can be found in the mountains of North America.
Yeah,
they
I've
can
seen them.
survive in these very cold and harsh environments. What's cool about them is that they have evolved the ability to easily amputate their limbs. They often get stuck to the ice, so they simply rip off a leg and keep moving.
Okay, maybe we don't have those. Also, great picture to pause it on. That's fucking fucked. Possums are fucking
This
adorable.
poor little guy doesn't know how to use his body yet.
What? Are you embarrassed? Oh my god.
This dog likes to dive incredibly deep.
That'd be so scary, though. Oh, do you see how it's going in a circle? I didn't even think dogs could do that, really.
That's the end of this video. Hopefully this video put a smile on your face, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Honestly, that is all security guards typically do. I didn't even click that.
Hello everyone, this is...
That's crazy. Ollie would never do that. Oh yeah, the video may be TOS in me.
There's a, I think, a video.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. Happy Mask made a good point that somebody might have said something about the
Australian
cop.
beach worm.
The worm at the beginning is likely an Australian beach worm, one of 4 species. They live in tubes. Fucking gross. Australia is like the actual Jurassic Park world from the movies. They have the craziest things there. Like, we're basically Australia, but cold and without those things.
Yeah.
Gross.
It is one thing I really enjoy about Canada is we don't have like the bugs here. We like there are bugs obviously, but our bugs aren't like apart from the ticks, which our ticks aren't even really The ones we have here in Saskatchewan aren't bad. It's the one thing about Saskatchewan that's okay, is that we have the ticks that aren't bad, versus like out in Ontario, they got them ticks that give you the Lyme disease, and down in Texas, they got those ticks that make you allergic to meat.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of pests. Pests.
And like
but
mosquitoes, but like not like malaria mosquitoes.
Our
or
mosquitoes
Zika
don't
mosquitoes.
spread dengue and stuff.
They're just annoying. Like
You've never seen a tick, Happy Mask?
Never seen a tick? Lucky.
This video is TOS, you're saying? Why are you yelling something like "get fucked, bird"? Or
Oh, my kid's zapped. Oh, it's eating meat.
oh, that's a peregrine falcon.
We see those all the time when we drive.
And the crazy thing is it's exactly where we see them.
Yeah, on top of power poles. They love to sit on top of power poles.
I mean, it's the only reason I'm able to look at this right now is because it's so small I can't see. I'm just assuming it's eating like a really big
mouse. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think we can show that. We'll show like, you know, it looks like it's basically a bird pulling off bug arms. But I just need to use the washroom first.
Okie dokie.
Is there any, would you like to maybe read like an Am I the Asshole or something? Or just chill? Talk about what you want to talk about.
We can,
the garden.
Here, let me watch that thing that Philip sent.
Oh yeah. Torkster.
Yeah.
The freaking Torkster. Also, if you guys are hearing a lot of sound outside, they are doing, I believe they're painting the lines.
Yeah.
Like on the highway, so you can hear like rumbling of the machine.
And it causes people to like, they've put work pylons like right in front of our stretch of our hamlet that we live in. And so yeah, everyone's driving past our place really slow on the highway.
Sorry.
Oh, did you get lightheaded when you stood up?
Yeah. Moment of it.
Yeah. It's actually like a weirdly busy highway. I think it's actually one of the busiest highways in Saskatchewan, actually. There you go. All right, let's listen to Bob Mortimer, Slender People.
Slender people get through gaps, and slender men look sweet in fucking slacks. Slender ladies can kick you in your head, and slender people take up less room in bed. Raspy jam is nice, but it's full of fucking pips. Lemon curd is lovely, but puts inches on your hips. Nutella spreads quite easily, but it looks like turkey tongue. Tomorrow I shall kill again, having had the word from God. Yeah.
Huh? Tomorrow I shall kill again, having heard the word of God.
What?
Oh, maybe. Oh, because of the Slender People.
Slender Man?
Yeah, there was those little girls that like killed their or tried to kill their friend because of Slender Man, like Reddit memes told them to or whatever. Remember that? Yeah. I can't remember if they were successful in killing their friend or
Yes, they went.
well, I know they went to jail, but I don't remember. I think she might have survived. Hopefully.
It's yeah, that was a very saga, and it stands to it really points a light on the fact that people are having a hard time with actual reality.
Yeah.
And they literally you can live in your own bubble of reality.
Happy Mouse, thank you for looking up to confirm whether or not that girl survived that attack or not. I need to know. We need to be correct in the things that we talk about. No spreading of false news here.
Yeah, I mean, we did actually talk about. We've talked about this before. It mainly me, I guess. It's kind of a weird thing. Because I'm a conversationalist, as in someone who talks a lot. and I wear backwards hats like Fred Durst.
Like a really cool dude.
So back in the day, before you could look up answers, conversations could continue forever. Like, even in a sense of like,
I want to wear a hat.
Oh, like even in a sense of like, it says that they did kill her. Happy Mask said, like it could be about, are apples related to pears, and you could have a conversation with like, you could have that conversation almost every day with someone else, and it could go on forever.
No, it says she did.
Oh,
survive.
she did survive. Oh, that's great. But now most conversations end in a Google search, right? So you would just look up, are apples and pears related? Oh no, end of conversation. But for people like me who love to talk and tell stories, it's better when people can't look up real information. Because then you just go with what generally the right wings do, and they make up statistics all the time. Like, did you know 112% of people in your neighborhood are LGBTQ+?
Did you know you share approximately 67% of your DNA with a banana?
Did you know most abortions are from men? Lautner crawled to the road where she was found and recovered 6 days later.
Okay.
Well, keep rolling. What? Mr. Levity, were you a big Limp Bizkit fan?
We're both hat people.
Yeah, look at us. We're both here, Jinjee.
Power of our hats combined.
You know what? We're looking so good.
The power of hats compel you.
We're looking so good.
So fresh, so fly.
So fresh, so fly. We could probably even build a rope, I would think. Y'all watch that doc? I think we did.
Oh, about the Slenderman killing?
Oh, let me grind while I build
We've
this
watched
rope. Fuck yeah.
A tremendous amount of true crime stuff.
Like all.
Yeah. Like, yeah. You know what I don't...
There is obviously new stuff, but
yeah. Well, there's that new... And I don't know why they made it. It's a series with Elizabeth Olsen. And I think it's called Candy or something like that. Either way, there was a series with Jessica Biel. Not Jessica Biel? Justin Timberlake's wife.
Isn't that who it was?
Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
Like a series released like a year, maybe 2 years ago, about the exact same freaking story, and they just released another series covering the exact same story with Elizabeth Olsen, and it's just like, why?
Wait, who's Elizabeth Olsen?
She was MCU WandaVision.
Oh yes, okay, yes.
Isn't Slenderman a shop dummy? No, he's like, isn't he a creepypasta story? And he's really tall and skinny.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Oh God, Christ. That one got me.
You have to save your reaction for when we're looking at them.
I know. I'm just trying to find where we are.
It's true.
I think I know we've seen the chicken nugget.
Saw that.
Bit odd, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, the cigarettes. Oh.
Here. Yeah, because what was the date last Friday? Today is the what's
I don't know if we did
it
last Friday. We'll just start here.
Yeah. But we need to show them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm also just thinking to myself. That I want to have control in case something pops up that's not supposed to pop up.
Oh, okay.
Here. This. There we go. We have some control over the chaos. Because they're like, oh, do you see? Isn't Slenderman a shop dummy? I mean, I thought it had...
TOS in the glasses.
Glasses. I mean, you gotta be in the glasses. Dude, we don't stream at good enough quality for that. Bologna. We don't
we've
seen the
yeah.
curve. I
In
think
rock
it's like just
formation.
past all the submarines
Yeah.
blowing up. Pervert himself, Master Roshi.
I think this is a good place to start.
Yeah, it's actually quite apropos because it's I was just seeing a meme today that showed the like a timeline of how long it took each platform to get 1 million users, and Threads was like, it was, I can't remember, it was like maybe I can actually find the timeline for platforms 1 minute. It was actually quite crazy. Yeah, the Daily Mail. Yeah, so Netflix took 3.5 years to get 1 million users. Twitter took 2 years. Facebook took 10 months. Spotify. Oh, we should make that an app. So when you spot a pie, you can take a picture.
What kind of pie is this?
Yeah. 2008, Spotify was 5 months. 2010, Instagram was 2.5 months. ChatGPT was 5 days, and Threads was in hours. So, and that's just to reach 1 million. And that just shows Threads is literally a result of how bad Elon Musk has made Twitter.
Yeah.
We listened to somebody today that made a very good point. They said, the Cavernacle said, I don't go to Twitter for information anymore. I go to Twitter to watch the demise of Twitter. Right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're staring at a volcano waiting for it to explode, right?
I signed up for Twitter like maybe months before Elon Musk bought it. And so it's been an interesting experience for me.
I'm also just going to do this just in case, because I've seen quite a bit. The weather's not that great, so I've seen a little fluctuation in the old interwebs.
Yeah, I would
Got the dry
I would
throat.
like a sip of that
But
diet drink.
basically, like, we've seen, I mean, I don't want to talk about it that much because everybody is, but basically it's turned into a fucking racist sphere where literally people are with accounts with their real names attached to their real faces, basically saying, I hate Jewish people. And it's like Elon Musk is like, retweets it. Interesting topic. What the fuck are you talking about?
Some debate.
No, it isn't. You should all be kicked off of the internet.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Blue Sky is probably going to go the way of Mastodon. I looked at Mastodon like out of interest. I don't necessarily have them, but it has a really weird layout. It's more like Discord, so it's not really, I think, what people are looking for.
It's a bunch of servers, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what people apparently mostly want is like, I subscribe to all of these people. I would like 2 different feeds. One of just the people I subscribe to, and then alternatively, if I want a kind of like
algorithm
this
that
is hot.
based off of, or
yeah, what's trending.
And I also don't mind like an algorithm based off of my interests. Like, if you like this person, you might like this person because a lot of people who do like this person as well. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Oh, I agree. It's definitely good. My brain goes on a little adventure instead of being present for the conversation.
That happens a lot.
Honestly, it happens to me like constantly.
Yeah.
You'll notice I'll be talking and I sometimes feel like my brain isn't going fast enough, but it's actually just that I'm getting distracted constantly.
Yeah. You might notice me doing it when he talks.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Me at 3 a.m. and imagining how I would do CPR in a giraffe instead of sleeping. I never thought of it. It would have to be a 2-person move. And or somebody with like Hellboy who's got one arm that's super big.
That one.
I can read it. I'll read it. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
can. We can do it. Not too. Don't know. Wyoming man found with 30 eyeballs in his anal cavity? I don't.
Were they all human?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Are they fish eyes?
Yeah, or like, sheep eyes. Oh.
Oh, and it's got to be someone in their 30s. So, another day in my 30s. We'll see what'll hurt today. Wheel of pain. Everything. It's true. I just feel bad that I used to shit on people I worked with. Like, did that say 30 eyeballs?
It did say 30 eyeballs.
Yes, Philip, it did.
Which I don't know how, they can't all be, surely they were not human.
I hope not.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
It is weird though that everything kind of start hurting more. I think it's more just you have less resilience to pain or something. A Venn diagram of my life. Things I like to do, things I'm good at, things I do, and things that make money. Honestly, I feel like everybody feels that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've kind of talked about this in a certain way. It's that we have a very perverse idea of what's considered work, what's considered valuable. But that's just taking a meme and pitching my agenda with it. Why do you submerge yourselves in hydrogen dioxide? Because it's fun. Fun. Jeez. Finally, the spell wore off. I'm back in my body and you're back in yours. What the? Were you trying to see how many donuts you could stack on my dick? What?
Okay.
I've never done that.
No.
I would want donuts. Oh, I've seen this one. I didn't know whether to laugh or not, though. This fucking monkey left my dog bald. He looks like shit. I don't want. That has got to be fake. There's no way that that's real. It's so fucking fucked up. God damn it. That has to be fake. It looks like my head. Not allowed to look at that anymore. Oh, look, your plane is here. Like, I know there's Virgin Airlines, but why would you put that on your plane? Comic strip. I seen this. Don't mind me, just checking for nipples. Fucking it's also true though. Like, Elon Musk somehow pushed us all back into the arms of this guy, smoking
know, right?
meats.
Yeah. Like,
now we went from fuck Zuckerberg to like, okay, I guess Zuckerberg can own it all.
Who is it? We were watching the Leftovers podcast yesterday, and they were talking about how like Zuckerberg is like really ripped now. He got rid of like the Caesar haircut.
Yeah, and he's got like a 6-pack.
Yeah.
And he's like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu master. This is Jason. This could be us, but you're scared of my homemade transporter. I actually wonder if AI was, if someone put like 2 people watching a sunset on a beach or something, and AI was like, yeah, that's close enough, right?
Body parts.
Not sure which way they fit.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes together, but here's body parts on the beach.
What does it need to know further than that? This one is actually made to call us out. I don't appreciate it because I've recently become someone who allowed themselves to wear Crocs.
Yeah, I used to be very anti-Crocs for a long period of time, but I'm a recent Croc convert.
They're superior. This kid even has them in sport mode.
Yeah.
Croc enthusiasts can now buy mini Crocs to attach to their regular size Crocs so they can wear more Crocs. Thusly, Jesus would respond appropriately. Start the rapture.
They're comfortable. They're also great for gardening, so that's the thing. I spend a lot of time like outside, wandering around, like, you know, our hamlet.
I like how I can stub my toe and they still prevent the pain where sandals don't.
Yeah, it's like wearing sandals, but like slightly more protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
I admit they're not nice looking shoe.
But really though, what does a shoe need to be?
Yeah.
I find people have a strange obsession with shoes.
What is fashion anyway?
Like Air Jordans and like people have like boxes and boxes of shoes. It's so.
If fashion really mattered, I probably wouldn't be wearing this.
Yeah, I'd probably be wearing pants. Just kidding. Wearing pants. Let you know. Pointless pie chart that says nothing. Total waste of time. 45% of people who read the title decide to read this text anyways. 30% made it this far, and even though this pie chart is totally pointless. 25% potato. Fuck. Not sure what this is. Meow. I literally just fed you.
Meow.
There's even food left in the bowl.
Meow. The cat does do that.
I only find that. Did you ever watch this show?
I've seen.
Fucking God, they're such idiots.
Evan is a prairie hipster.
I can just picture them screaming at each other perfectly. Oh, it's so good. Evan's a prairie hipster. Well, at least I love it when they call me Big Papa.
I love it when they call me Big Papa.
Yeah, the giraffe one came out twice.
I love it when they call me Big Papa.
It put we've all been there.
It's so funny because my grandpa always used to say, like, to if someone was picking their nose, "What are you digging for gold?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Grandpa, you're not funny." Mainly because he caught us picking our nose. But like, can we be real? Can we just like look at ourselves as adults and say, like, sometimes you need to put something in your nose to get out the rock hard booger.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes like just blowing your nose ain't gonna cut it. You have to like dig out that.
I feel like you have to be able
crust of snot
to look at the person across from you and say, you pick your nose, you've sometimes out of necessity, right? And they say yeah, and you say yeah, and now you're best friends. I feel sick. Is it because of the boogers? Sometimes you have to.
We were talking about prairie culture yesterday. Well, yeah.
Freezies and duotangs.
Duotangs.
Why do you feel sick, Phil?
Because we're talking about boogers.
What? I didn't say eat it.
Eat it.
I said something like, even if you have to like put Kleenex around your finger like a little finger condom and stick it up your nose, that is like, I mean, that's fine. Don't eat it. Don't eat your boogers. Collection of things that.
Whoa, whoops! Oh, I dropped my monster condom that I used for my Magnum Dong.
I had a sinus infection back in 2014. Felt ill for weeks. Recovered, and one day shortly thereafter, I blew my nose. Over the course of the next 10, I blew out so much snot. Was it that lime green snot? Yeah, this was the one I wanted to make sure didn't show up specifically. It's good, though.
Peach.
Oh, the spell one? I actually find this one kind of offensive because when I had a beard, I looked like this man. I just actually would love to experience what that feels like, I guess. Actually,
having cheese slices all over your body.
Yeah, it would be probably nice and cold.
We have a lot of cheese slices. I can make this a reality for you.
You've never wanted to feel...
No, I've never wanted to feel that.
You've never wanted to feel the cool embrace of a nice cheese against your body?
No. No.
I disagree. I think this guy is living life.
No. Makes me highly uncomfortable.
I thought they were Post-it notes. No, bro. It's straight up cheese.
Also, don't feel bad for typing that. I actually keep imagining how, like, probably relieving it was to get all that snot out of your sinuses.
Ugh. I've had like that before where it's like, it looks like a cartoon's version of boogers. Gonna catch me a girlfriend today. Tacos. I have warrants. Oh, like Bad Boys. So you got some Starbucks
booze,
drinks in a can, some flavored vodkas,
some
Marlboros,
menthol Marlboros. Oh, when I was a smoker, we can't really get you can't get Marlboros here in Canada. But when I would go down to the States, which like happened once, they were Camel Crushes.
One
They were
time.
so good. Marlboros were really good though, but yeah, we don't have them. American tobacco is better than Canadian tobacco, I will say that. But also just don't smoke. It's not good for you.
Yeah, this is tart. Me, hiking in a genuinely great mood, gets to the cliff edge. Wow, look at that view. It's gorgeous. My brain, what if you jumped to Lamau? The other organs in my body. What the fuck? Those are called intrusive thoughts.
I think we've all had those moments.
Yeah, but also, some medications cause that. So if you find that happening out of nowhere, maybe talk to your doctor. Speaking of satisfying things like booger removals, you guys ever seen? Oh no! Are you gross, bro?
I have seen botfly removals.
I have too.
I've also had my own like tonsil stones that I've poked out before. So
oh, you watch that stuff? Why'd you say satisfying?
I do like watching a good zit pop though. He doesn't. But it's also why I really enjoy popping his zits when he has.
I bet you this is what Mr. Levity also likes, when you fart in a crowded room and say, "Do I smell popcorn?" so that everyone gets to smell it. You're exactly like Krissy, Mr. Levity. You guys, with your freaking popping of zits, I personally find it highly unacceptable.
I like a good zit pop.
Unacceptable.
Condition! Unacceptable!
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
I gotta get on the making gifs. I think we've seen that
cat
one
is snoring.
last time. He is snoring so loud. This one actually kind of has a follow-up one to it. If you want to go to the deep end, polyps. I've seen a video where someone popped a zit that was actually apparently like something that wasn't supposed to be popped, like a cyst or something. Ooh. And oh god. Americans, I use freedom units, miles and pounds. Europeans, I use kilometers and kilograms. Canadians, snorting a line of assorted measuring systems. I'm 5'3", I weigh 150 pounds, horses weigh 1,000 kilograms. My house is an hour away. I drove 80 kilometers an hour to get there. I need a cup of flour and 1 liter of milk.
Yeah. And so then to that...
Europeans are not Australians. I'm sorry. It's just...
And then to that, I rebutted, this is a legit flow chart for how you measure things as a Canadian.
Yeah, it's... what are you measuring? And then the different various things you measure: volume, mass, temperature, distance, and it's ridiculous. Is it speed? You use kilometers an hour. Distance can either be, if it's height, you use imperial feet and inches. Like if it's distance,
I'm almost 5'9".
Yeah, whoever made this is honestly, I would rather them be in a think tank of how to run the country because they severely understand it.
Yeah.
If it's heavy, you you say it in pounds. If it is heavy, it's kilograms. For instance, today we went to fill up our water jug at the store. The water jug on it says 5 gallons.
Yeah.
And the person at the cashier asked how many liters it was, and I'm just happened to know it's 18.9 liters from us having to do it all the time. But
well, it's like when you go to the doctor and they weigh you in kilograms, and you're like, I don't know what that means to me. Like,
yeah,
I need to know in pounds. Like you're
it's
telling
weird.
me I'm this many kilograms. I don't know
This
what the hell that means.
the entire structure that we're sitting inside of right now was built with feet and inches.
Yeah. Yeah. No metric measurements were used in the making of this house.
Yeah. There's just certain things, studs are 16 inches on center.
Yeah.
Your spacing of things are a foot apart or 2, whatever. So when we talked yesterday about that Bill C-18, and it seemed like a lot of people were like, well, why would Canada pass such a weird draconian law on the internet to say you have to show Canadian content? It's because we are, how people say that they don't know what their culture is because they don't really have any? That is us. Like Quebec kind of does, like, because they have kind of rigorously held on to the French heritage that was there, but everybody else, we're just like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know what is inherently Canadian other than being tons of other things put together.
Yeah.
Like, our culture is just that, So it's interesting. It's interesting how people see it in 2 different ways, right? Australians, in my opinion, are almost Americans in a good way. America would fall apart if we went to the metric system. I'm pretty sure, though, the only reason that we have to incorporate both is because we are one of the largest trading partners with America, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you sell your things in Imperial, we buy them in Imperial.
Well, it was also, I can't remember when it was, but it was in my mom's lifetime
they
that they adopted the metric.
Yeah, it was during Krissy's mom's lifetime that she had to actually learn to go from feet to inches to, centimeters, millimeters, meters, kilometers. Ketchup pre-cum exists, and you all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's that liquidy stuff that comes out.
Well, when you pop the top, and sometimes it just quickly,
I guess,
and because it's like pressurized.
Or sometimes when you go to and you like turn it upside down, and the liquid shit comes out before you. Yeah. So there's like different types of ketchup pre-cum.
Yeah, and also, is it just me or does restaurant ketchup taste better?
Is it because it's in the glass ones that you have to go
boom, boom, boom? But it tastes better. But here's gonna be my reasoning why. Because just like exactly, because at Walmart or at
it ferments
when you're in McDonald's, the ketchup is room temperature, and I don't know. The packets are always room temperature. Yeah. Restaurants, it's always room temperature. And then at home, you eat cold ketchup on shit. So, I
like my hat. It's not uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable if that's what you're asking.
It keeps the sun out.
Yeah, I tie it on my head so it doesn't pop off like in the wind.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
I think it's lovely. It's a berry picking hat.
It's my berry picking hat.
It's a berry picking hat.
I like to think that I look kind of like a cute Japanese tourist when I wear it.
Kawaii?
Yeah.
I think about the only thing that would be considered mildly like that on our stream would be the uwu.
My cool Walmart hat. My really cool hat.
Really cool hat. Oh, maybe uwu doesn't even actually play the sound. Maybe it doesn't work.
It's fine.
Me, I just want to be included. Me, after being included. It's so true. It's the dichotomy of people as humans. We're like, I can't believe they left me out. And then when you're there, you're like, I just want to go home and be in bed.
It's like, as an introverted person, I appreciate deeply being invited out. The chances of me going is like 15%.
Is it before 5 p.m.? The chances go up vastly.
Yeah.
When you ask a simple question at work and it turns into a meeting. Honestly, as much as I hate when people do it, I can't lie and say I've never been the person that does it. But there's two different ways to look at it, right? There's the people who want to get the hell out of there to get back to work. And then there's the people that are like, this is not as bad as work. You know what I mean? So let's stretch it out for another 10 minutes and then it's my 15.
Or you happen to use a certain vernacular that for some reason your boss doesn't appreciate, and then like it's being read into like way too deeply. Like I worked at this one place where talking with the HR lady, I just expressed my excitement for the weekend coming up, and she told me basically that expressing my excitement for the weekend told her that I didn't want to be at work.
Yeah.
You
can't be toxic.
Well, I mean, I don't, but can't I be excited for my weekend? I don't think that's fucking normal to be excited for my weekend and my plans.
I just, sometimes it's at work needs be less make you feel bad for being normal. It's this toxic positivity at work. Like, everyone at work is aboard the toxic gossip train. We know this. And
toxic gossip train.
And like, it's acceptable to not want to be at work. And to admit that and still be there, and it to not be held against you as you're a bad person, because you could not want to go somewhere else that you really like to go at a given. Like, I'm sure someone's been to a movie theater and said, I wish I wasn't at this movie theater.
I remember once being at a movie and this person sitting behind me had like the rankiest, stankiest feet. Like, it smelled like durian. That kind of sickly, sweet, oniony, garlicky smell. And it made the movie very unenjoyable. Because they kept taking their shoes off, too, to let their feet air out.
Oh, you can't take your shoes off at the
Why would you do that? Like, that person, you are a terrible person.
That's why we don't go to the movie theater, so we don't have to wear shoes while we watch a fucking movie. And we can pause it and take a piss whenever we want.
Exactly.
God damn it. I've had few great experiences at the movie theater. My very first panic attack was during the movie Van Helsing. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I was, there's a scene actually quite close to the start, I believe. He's in a town, and all these vampires and demon things start swooping, and the action.
Eating chocolate covered.
Oh, let me grind.
I thought it was funny because I'm actually telling
a
a story of like the first onset of my highly medicated generalized anxiety problem, and I'd rather eat these, and Philip would rather listen to Rope. Just kidding. He's probably a couple seconds behind, but so yeah, I don't know what happened. It was like overstimulation. I was there with my I was 15 and my girlfriend was 16, and neither of us had our license at the time. And like 15-20 minutes into the movie, it was like a stimulation overload, and I panicked and I ran to the bathroom and dry heaved. Phoned my grandpa to come pick me up. Or us up. But yeah, that was I didn't start taking medication for it for several years until I was 18. But looking back on it, that was the very first time I was like, thought I was dying while nothing was happening. Which is like the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Feels like you run a marathon.
And the weird thing is, as you get older, it's not that you get used to that feeling, just as if like you wouldn't get used to like your cat scratching you, you know? It doesn't get easier. But you start to remember you're not dying, you know? So you're just like, okay, it's going to pass, I hope it does soon, but I'm not dying. Speaking of not dying, you can't even see it. Somebody installed Doom at McDonald's.
God damn, I wish we had a McDonald's.
You might have to cock your head to the side, but somebody installed on one of the touch kiosks at McDonald's Doom, which honestly, top tier. Love it. Oh, you posted this one. I only seen it out of the corner of my eye. I thought it was Scott, because he always says this.
I think they made me laugh real hard.
Yeah, I'm a bird. B, government. I, drone. What's it called when it's, is it an anagram? No.
Yeah.
Where the word
spells out, like,
an acronym? Anagram? An anagram is rearranged.
Oh, when the letters are rearranged.
Oh, so words on stream is an anagram.
It's an acronym.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hated English, by the way.
I didn't hate it. It just, I hated when I got into university and then you're like, oh, today, class, we are learning about the dangling modifier. I do hope that you read the required reading, which was 20 pages about the comma from the little brown book.
I was just going to say, who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma?
That's what I hated.
I know Jason posted this one. It's a little on the edge. We're very LGBTQ plus for anyone who's in the future. But hi, honey. I downloaded this Grindr app on my phone. We'll find you a man together. Mom, no. I want to see my son happy. What's a power top? The reason I find it fucking hilarious is because, like, what if my grandma did that with my uncle?
Yeah.
We'll find you a nice husband. No, fuck off. Actually, I haven't even seen these ones. Luckily, imagine if your dad was a minotaur and your mom was a mermaid and you got the human half of both and now you're just some guy. That's fucking great.
It would suck so much.
Maybe that's what we all are.
Yeah.
What is a power top?
No, I'm a mythical being.
No. That's so fun.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I did see this one out of the corner of my eyes, just because I mean, how can't you? You okay, babe? You haven't touched your weenie sword. Hot dog and snack holder. How many snacks are shaped like that?
Tacos?
I guess.
You could also
but
one
of those.
Carrots?
Actually, I was the scourge of my family as a young child, believe it or not, with my pterodactyl sounds. And then I taught it to one of my cousin's children. I don't even know if I can do it. I don't know if I want to. It might hurt my lungs.
It'll hurt you. I know that. It'll hurt your...
Okay, I'm not going to do it.
Adult vocal cords.
I will. Yeah, that's an impression of it. That's all you get. Because I'm an old, feeble person now, and I threw my back out from sneezing once. So, you know... Just that's how it goes here. And sometimes when the winter approaches, you know, you're gonna be cold, like freaking Canadian bees over here. Canadian bee, the US bee.
Is that a brontosaurus or an apatosaurus, or are those the same thing as more or less proved by scientists and archaeologists? Well, I don't know what an archaeologist would have to do with dinosaurs, as it's paleontologists that deal with dinosaurs, and archaeologists deal with
I've been
human
corrected
remains.
on this like 19 times.
The only reason I'm a weird stickler about this is because in university, if you take archaeology whatsoever, you're gonna the professors are gonna be fucking assholes about this. Let me say that. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. And I think it's just because they've had like so many fucking people say to them like, oh, you're an archaeologist, do you study dinosaur bones? And you get to that point where you're like, Jesus fucking Christ!
I've never felt so close to you right now, Philip. Krissy makes me feel sad and unintelligent. Yeah, I have to preface everything with, now I'm not saying this because I know. It's just a question. Not everything.
But now you do know, and that's the difference.
But now you can be better next time.
You'll never forget this ever.
Paleo. You know what we should do after this?
Paleontologist.
Can we do a dinosaur tier list? Pick our
yes.
favorite dinosaurs?
We can do a dinosaur
Okay, Mr.
tier
Levity,
list.
remember to tell us that if we forget. We're going to do a dinosaur tier list. The USB! I mean, it's appropriate. We've been to Drumheller.
We have been to Drumheller. Drumheller is really cool.
And I think I've driven past East End. It's like there's a lot of dinosaur shit where we are.
For the record, East End isn't like a sketchy area of town. It's
oh yeah,
an actual place here in Saskatchewan where they found like a big T-Rex.
Yes. However, I will say, West Side, Best Side. We always joke because. So in where we are, there's not very many people live on the west side, and not very many people live on the east side. And when I say not many, I mean like 2 or 3. And we always joke that the west side is cool and the east side is lame, you know. But also where we grew up, it was a 35,000 people, and literally, you know how say a large place has like suburbs named weird shit like Kensington Place and Brighton Gardens and blah 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 blah. Well, where we lived, because of its size, there was
East
End, the West Side, South Hill, and the North side.
Like Sunningdale is what it was called, basically, or VLA.
Okay, yeah, that was. Why was it called that?
I don't know.
What does VLA even fucking stand for?
I'm not sure, but there was like that was
Living
like the
Association.
It was the other kind of like rich part of town. Like
yeah,
there was
that's
Sunningdale
true.
and
that was
VLA.
the first like suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil. We noticed that.
We're like 71.
Typically, it seems to be the shorts that primarily focus on this pretty lady, but. You know what? It's nice. We were talking about how it's just nice to be able to just put whatever out there in a place that other people might see it, like clippable moments, you know what I mean? And even if those people are our parents, because we're from, again, a small prairie province in Canada, and it's like we refer to it as a Facebook province because it's not quite like, let's just say Threads is a little advanced.
Everyone's on Facebook here.
Everyone's on Facebook here. So it's like a Facebook province in a Threads world. And when we told people we streamed on Twitch, even our parents were like,
"What's that?
Is that the site with sex on it? Are you showing your buttholes?" It's like
Philip,
no,
I don't think you chat too much. No.
So glad you switched to YouTube. Sorry. Oh no. We love interaction. It's our favorite thing.
You need to understand that we're together 24/7. So we're like really the only people that we speak to each other, apart from like when we speak to you when we're streaming.
And the neighbors.
And our neighbors.
Family and stuff like that. Hey, we all have that complex.
I think everyone wants to be liked.
We all like. What is that? What is that thing we just seen the other day where it was like it was like a philosopher aspect about you're most coolest when you don't care, but when you're in that state, you don't care about being cool. I can't remember what it was.
I have no idea.
The way they put it basically is like, say, like when we go into town dressed however the hell we want.
Oh yeah, my mom tells me that I look ridiculous because I wear like my overalls and my like.
Technically,
farmer
the
boots.
people in history that end up being recognized as like cool are like, think of like Jimi Hendrix, the way he would dress, and then it inspired other people to dress. Like,
you know, when I wear this
you're
hat,
the coolest when you care the least. But when you want to be cool, you're liked the least. Something like that.
How many times have I worn this hat in the city and like teenagers always unironically tell me that I'm wearing a really cool hat?
Yeah.
Like all the fucking time.
Teenagers tell us we're
These
cool
teenage
sometimes.
kids, they just think that I have such a really cool hat.
You know, teenage kids, some of them, they're just, you know, they're not so bad.
Yes.
Stop shitting on the millennials. You know what I'm saying?
We're millennials.
Or
They're Gen Z. Yeah.
We are. I honestly just think the one.
You know, the kids are all right.
That's a song I've heard before. Whoa.
It's
I think the sun just got covered up. Look at Jinjee's cam.
Chance of rain, I think.
So there's technically no light under Jinjee's. And actually, you can kind of tell our motion is less fluid because there's less light.
You want me to turn on the backlight?
Maybe. Give it a try. Is that drink empty, by the way? No.
Oh, yeah. Bad idea.
It does look kind of neat when you do that, though, because everything goes...
My name's Jason.
I guess, though, since it's so overcast, I don't need to wear my really cool hat anymore.
I'm going to turn off the Jinjee cam for now, because, I mean, it kind of looks like we leave him in a neglectful dark hole.
And, yeah, it looks like it's an unwelcoming area, but he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it so much. He's
not even in it. It's so dark. I didn't even know he left.
He's eating his food.
Okay.
Did we look through all this?
No,
the
there's
memes?
just a couple more here.
That's what I thought. I was like, there has to be.
Oh
more
yes,
memes.
we'll watch. I was gonna bring up this video, but we'll watch that after. I know you might have seen some of it.
I believe I did watch it.
I did not. Krissy's been obsessed with this one. Tweet, tweet, chirp, tweet, chirp, chirp. Do you hear that bird song, Eva? Isn't it beautiful?
Get the fuck out of my tree, Larry, you asshole, or put your fucking eyes out.
It's so funny. I had actually seen an article the other day that they're trying to figure out how to use AI to recognize animal speech or like convert animal speech to something we might understand. And can you imagine if every time you thought like have the of something or the beep, that it was so cute? Yeah, they were actually like, eat shit.
Fuck you, Larry. Fuck you.
You fucking yeah. Like it's funny to think that that's what it's like. Today is a quality. Oh yeah.
So it is very smoky here today.
Because of obviously the wildfires and everything around us.
God, I remember
today's air quality be like bingo in the 80s.
I remember going into bingo halls like this in like the early 90s. And like you could literally like the air had texture to it.
Oh, you could literally like, you know, when they put like, what is it, dry ice in concerts?
Yeah.
And people are like dancing through the smoke. It was like that, but like it wasn't just bingo halls. It was bowling alleys, restaurants,
and they had the smoking areas that were usually glassed off, and it was just like yeah,
no, now they are.
Yeah,
they weren't glassed off before. We would go to.
Well, they don't have them anymore. They've just completely gotten rid of them, and then they made them glassed off probably like late 90s, early 2000s. Because I remember when I
can't remember
when I was going to school in Lethbridge, I worked very, very briefly at a Denny's restaurant. And at that time, They had recently switched where you could still smoke inside, but the restaurants had to have a smoking section, and their smoking section was like completely glassed off, and it was really strange to see because the rest of the restaurant would be like, you know, normal air quality, and then there's just like this little like hot box room, kind of smoky inside.
Yeah, we had like the Uptown in Moose Jaw. You could smoke in there for a long time. My dad would always go there. Fucking, I guess you don't realize how gross it is until it's not there.
Yeah.
And now you couldn't even fathom how that was normal.
Yeah.
We were smokers, and it wasn't even normal to
Yeah.
want to smoke inside because smoking inside creates grossness everywhere.
Yeah,
Tar
even
and-
as smokers, I dislike the smoking section of places.
Yeah, because
they had it.
it smells like BO even if nobody has it. It's spicy.
I will say
weird.
though, the thing that bylaw in Saskatoon that really pissed me off is like normally after they got rid of smoking in bars, like in Moose Jaw you could still go out on the patio and have a cigarette, so then you could still have your drink and be smoking a cigarette. But they changed a bylaw in Saskatoon that you couldn't smoke on the patio even. So I remember one time we were like out at a bar in Saskatoon, and we were like, you know, we had either just moved, we had just moved to Saskatoon, or we just also never went out much. And we were out at a rooftop bar, and we went to go like light up a cigarette, and we had taken a few puffs, and like one of the waitresses came up to us and was like, "Yeah, you can't smoke here. It's one of the bylaws that you're not allowed to smoke on the patio." And then there was another bar that was really close to where we lived, that Somewhere Else pub.
That's up in Canada,
And it was really frustrating when you were like having a few drinks and you wanted to go out for a smoke, but you couldn't like go out on the patio. You had to actually leave the premises of the bar to go smoke a cigarette.
And you can't take your drink out with you. It's not in the state. Some states you can, I know, but not like in Vegas. You can walk around with your liquor, but not in. I don't think anywhere in Canada you can walk around with open alcohol. Maybe at like, maybe say during Calgary Stampede when they block off like a whole section or something, and there's like, well, no, typically they have something called beer gardens, and you have to stay in the beer gardens, which is an interesting name. I never know where it came from. I assumed it like came from like something German, like Biergarten.
The Biergarten?
In the Biergarten, we have a Wiener Schnitzel.
Isn't that kindergarten is like a German word? The kindergarten?
Yeah, so it's the Bruten, the Hummendufengeiser. Sorry, I apparently have some German in me, so
Do
I
you?
can. Well, apparently my mom's side of the family is mostly, if not completely, German. But I've been told a very simplified view of my genealogy, and none of me or my siblings have gotten a test to know.
You should. I got one of those DNA tests, and it was pretty interesting.
I feel like they're gonna get my DNA and be like, "Holy shit, we can't let this guy's DNA continue to exist. It's terrible. He might procreate."
They won't end your life, but the good thing is like we don't want to ever have children, so
that's true. We're safe.
We've made that adult choice. That's fine.
I did hear in the States though that they've finally
let
decided
me
to build
grind
ropes.
while I build this rope. Fuck yeah.
But going back to those DNA tests, I took one, and it was quite interesting. The only thing on there that was like a big surprise was that I was like, I can't remember the exact percentage, but it was somewhere around 16 or yes, I think around 16% Iberian, which is like Portuguese, Spanish. Wasn't expecting that. And then
that joke is sorry.
And then I was like 1% Central Asian, like from like this one of the Stan countries, that area. Which does make sense because my family traveled throughout Russia to escape religious persecution before coming over to North America.
And see, I don't really know. I should probably maybe ask my one uncle what, because he knows the most. I think he's dug into it, I know my cousin went to the Icelandic Wiener Museum,
Yeah.
and there is a Wiener in there with the same last name as
your family name.
my family's name. So
He is literally related to a famous wiener.
might have a famous Wiener.
Philip, this is Alexa. Charla bought an Alexa yesterday. It scares me.
What?
I went into the
What is
kitchen
happening?
earlier and she came alive and said, Philip, you have a new message from Charla, please buy toilet roll. Scared the crap out of me.
We don't even have an Alexa. Where in God's name did that even come from? This joke here is actually like it's used by like every culture. It's like
I could put a little Spanish in you, Evan.
like I always heard it as a little Ukrainian because
Whatever
that's the
you
other
are.
side of my family apparently is I'm told 50-50, but my grandma on one side has like a maiden name in there that is actually French, so nobody knows where that came from, and like I think none of us are as what we think we are, except for Ethan Klein on H3H3.
He is like
99.9%
Ashkenazi
Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just so crazy to think about being homogeneously one answer.
Well, and it's so funny because his parents like met and got married in America. Like they are American, like they were born in America and they like met in America, and it's funny because his wife Ela Klein, who's from Israel, isn't as pure.
Yeah, she was born and raised in Israel and came to the States, and that's where they met. And he...
No, they met in Israel. He went over...
sorry. He went to Israel.
And they met when he was on that trip.
And he's like, it's just strange to think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of how long humans have existed, you just assume... Mind you, that's how we categorize things.
Yeah.
So I'm sure maybe in the future they'll figure out what might break that up into different cultures or whatever. I don't know.
Hello, Bracken.
Hello, Bracken. It's good to see you. We're talking about Mr. Levity's family tradition. He posted this meme in Discord and he wanted us to know that he stuck 9 cream eggs up his bum. Up his bum bum.
I do like Cadbury cream eggs, but that is not something you should do with them.
Don't. They're good. Do
Yeah.
you guys have them all year round now, like us?
They used to be, I feel like they were better though when we were kids.
Sheriff McClaw dog as an egg.
Like when we were kids, I feel like the chocolate was less waxy and melted far easier. And I feel like also the inside was more was weird and less sweet. Like it was always like cloyingly sweet. But I just feel like they were better when we were. And maybe it's because I was also a child and like, lacked a half decent palate. But I think I'm also right.
Yeah. I'm only going to show you a little spot of it. This is Happy Mask put this in. He is on, I know he's on Kick and Twitch. He's a good guy if you guys are bored when we're not live, because you're here when we're live. We know this. You wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Really?
This is a peregrine falcon. It is consuming another bird, but you can't, like I said, I'm not going to play a lot. Don't be weirded out. It is the cycle of nature. Yeah. The interesting thing is we see tons of these, and they are always on the top of power poles because they, obviously they Hawkeye things in the grass. Beep, 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 beep. And they're quite fascinating birds. We've talked about them before. I won't get another boner over them. Don't worry. But yeah, we'll stop there. Like there. But yeah, it's like it's like a medium-sized hawk, and it's just, I mean, it's got pretty colors, but yeah, it eats meat. It's meat eater. I was 30 seconds behind, fixed it for some reason. I'm always bored when you're not live. Well,
we do get cream eggs, Bracken. I love cream eggs.
Yeah, we started now to get...
We get Cadbury products here. I think that's the one that they get in England, right? So we don't
Cadbury.
have our sweets are probably closer to like British stuff than they are like American stuff. We have a lot more in common with like British chocolates than like we do get some of like the American stuff, but like Hershey's puke chocolate can fuck right off.
Yeah, does anybody else? So that is apparently a thing that the UK thinks about milk chocolate, correct?
Yeah. Well, most people find American chocolate tastes like vomit. It's because it has a certain protein in it that is
yeah, I'm gonna look it up. So yeah, here it is. So yeah, we watched something where basically in the UK they hate American chocolate because it is milk chocolate. So what it is
it produces butyric acid.
Yeah, they put the milk through a process called lipolysis. It breaks down the fatty acids in the milk and produces butyric acid, the distinct chemical that gives vomit its distinct smell and acrid taste. So it's quite interesting that for some reason, because like once I knew that, I could tell. Right? I could tell that, oh shit.
It's like, oh yeah.
That is what that is.
Yeah, I knew it.
But I still ate it.
Yeah, well, it's because we grew up with it being normal. But once we found out that this was a thing, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense to me. Because I remember, I think one time I was eating probably a Hershey's chocolate bar. And I was like, why do I have a vomit taste in my mouth? And I probably didn't attribute it to the fact that it was Hershey's chocolate. I don't know.
Why my mouth go puke puke?
I'm actually curious if this stuff tastes.
Well, I'm trying to taste my mouth.
Like, my mouth doesn't taste like vomit.
Oh, my knee.
And I mean, of course, it's not going to say.
I'm glad that we have that nice, like.
Where's Jason so he can spit in my mouth?
Where is Jason? I'm unimpressed with his lack of not being here right now.
Yeah, no, this is good chocolate.
Where is my Jason?
Yeah,
I need Jason, my boy. I need him here. He's my toy. Just kidding.
Yeah, this is good chocolate.
It's the goodest chocolate.
Oh yeah, he's with his kid.
Oh yes, that is true. I'm just kidding, Jason. I love you. You're fine. You're fine and dandy. Do you remember when I went like? God damn it, I'm just trying to copy. So when Jinjee's not in his camera zone, that comes. It tastes like butyric acid.
I have no vomit taste in my mouth. I believe it's good chocolate.
You believe it's good chocolate?
I believe in the rhythm divine.
Art, see if that comes up.
I believe in the rhythm divine.
The word fart in. I guess I don't need. How have you guys been? Missed you trying to wrangle Abby on the afternoons. No, I mean, we've been pretty good. We had to run into town today. It's actually really dark and cloudy. So if the color of the camera looks weird, it's because there's no like light, no natural light.
It's gray.
It's
like a nice English day.
It's actually like yellow, and I'm pretty sure it's from all the smoke.
Sitting in an English
It looks
garden,
like,
waiting for the sun.
Yeah, do you know comfort mode or like that blue eye filter on your or blue lens filter on your phone? It looks like that was turned on in the sky.
Oh yeah.
Non-stop rain. I was reading back in that there's some weird weather happening in the UK. There's also apparently I can't remember, a heat wave that they've called Cerberus. That is detecting certain parts of Europe is going to reach 45 degrees Celsius.
That is hot.
That's really hot.
And none of you have AC.
I made turkey bacon, and pancakes for the kids and their friends. Jesus. Daddy-o.
Controversial opinion, turkey bacon kind of sucks. Is that a controversial opinion?
The most appropriate.
I love it when they call me Big Papa.
Opinion is Canadian bacon is the worst.
Canadian bacon is just...
It's ham.
If it didn't call itself bacon,
it
ham. Would be fine.
It's what's known as ham.
I think in England they have a different word for it.
My oldest son loves turkey bacon. Let me guess. He goes to the gym and he's trying to get all swole, so he eats turkey bacon. Hopefully your son is not like 5. Hopefully they're good and they're not little devil children.
I experienced like plus 45 on a regular basis when I was in the Middle East.
As if life isn't a kick in the balls already.
I really disliked it. It was way too hot. And then
He's 11.
Another thing that they like my experience there is like every building you go into is just blasting AC. And so then you get like sick really easily because you're going from like plus 45 to plus 20 just like constantly. Ugh.
Oh, is it, Phil? I just seen something that said UK and Cerberus and I was like, whoa, that sounds bad. Like, at least in the United States, they call their things like innocuous, average, everyday names. Like, Hurricane Paul is going through Massachusetts. Hurricane Diana just destroyed several cities. And, I mean, the UK's like, heat wave Cerberus. Isn't Cerberus the dog that guards the gates of hell?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. We get polar vortexes, which is pretty cool sounding. Yeah, a few hours ago, a news report said due to the jet stream, we avoided somehow or whatever. That did sound super Australian. I'm sorry, levity. Okay, Bracken, I really want to watch this seal.
Otter.
The otter. However, muted.
We're back now with a story that is odder this world. Yes, the sea otter making waves in California, going after surfers, and even stealing their boards. Will Reeve of Santa Monica with the latest for us. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. The latest is it's an otter stealing people's surfboards. It's unprecedented behavior. The video is quite startling and
kind of looks like the guy from Ripley's Believe It or Not, Dean Cain, but not as cool. Dean Cain was pretty sweet. I don't know if he's gone crazy like other celebrities. Otters are your favorite, Bracken? I love otters as well. They are adorable. They crack clams on their tummy, and they hold hands so they don't float away. However, you are going to find out they're also not fantastic.
now experts are trying to figure out why this is happening.
This morning, as orcas caused trouble for boaters off the coast of Spain and Portugal. And in California, great white sharks spotted swimming with humans just feet away. Oh my gosh! A different marine creature is showing highly unusual behavior on the Pacific coast. Wildlife experts urging caution after a series of close encounters where this wild sea otter, dubbed 841, has hijacked and damaged surfers' boards.
It started to get pretty close to me, so I got kind of scared and I hopped off my board, and then I watched it jump on the board.
Even otters are upset with entitled white kids surfing.
Last month, Noah Wormhout and his friend were looking to catch some waves, but instead catching 841's interest.
It was actually biting chunks out of the surfboard. We just started paddling with it on the board, and that kind of forced it to get off, and then it followed us all the way to the stairs to get back onto the cliff.
841 was raised in captivity and later released into the ocean, her behavior leaving experts stunned.
This is very, very atypical. And
so it's all what? How could it possibly? It probably hates humans.
Probably
they released it back from captivity.
It's kind of like it was a little bit of a pet, and it thinks oh, these are people. I should go interact with them.
By being the absolute old man smashing skateboards on the sidewalk. biting holes in surfboards.
Naturally, they have a strong instinct to avoid us.
The Central California coast waters, which have been home base for most of 841's encounters, are frequented by
41.
southern otters. Today,
Like a
the species is
Terminator.
endangered, with only around 3,000 remaining. A female can grow about 4 feet in length and weigh up to 50 pounds.
Otters have this amazing superpower of cuteness, which maybe disarms human beings.
We talked about this yesterday with people trying to pet tigers.
Yeah.
They were bestowed with cuteness as like a magnetism to things, like how butterflies, everyone's like, oh, they're so cute.
A lot of things are
Imagine
cute.
if that butterfly was actually a 700-pound tiger.
Bears are cute.
Yes.
Don't touch bears either.
Yeah, don't touch them.
Yeah.
Not even with
moose
you.
are cute in their own awkward way, but they will also kill you.
Yeah, don't touch a bear with your bare hands.
Yeah.
But it's a wild animal. They bite through shellfish, they bite through clams, and they have sharp teeth. A bite from an otter would not be pleasant.
Now a team at the Monterey Bay Aquarium is tasked with capturing 841 and rehoming her to protect surfers.
Well, it
and
shouldn't
the
be
otter
hard to
population.
capture
All right, well,
her.
thank you.
Just go out with a surfboard.
I just love how it's like to protect surfers. How about nature is there? Like what is that surfing is more important than animals living in that particular environment?
Maybe.
I find it hella strange.
I do love otters though. So freaking
I
cute.
find them super toads adorbs.
I love that. Like Bracken said, they have a favorite pebble, and that is just adorable.
a little shiny pebs.
Shiny. I tried really hard to befriend crows in the neighborhood we lived in Saskatoon by like offering them shinies and foods, and they always took the foods, and they were never interested in the shinies.
Sleeping hummingbird.
Oh, I saw
Jinjee
that.
hated that sound though.
Yeah, he was not a fan.
He hated it.
It was so cute. It was so cute.
It was very cute. I would imagine they can't do that in the wild, or else they would become easy prey, wouldn't they?
I'm not sure.
Like you can't just be fast asleep making really loud sounds when you're a teeny tiny bird. We see some absolutely insane bird activity while we're birding around here. The most interesting thing is when we watch the small blackbirds, either grackles or actually some kind of black.
Yeah.
They like literally fend off these giant hawks and what could be literal bald eagles flying above where we are.
The seagulls will do it too. I've noticed seagulls come in a flock, and they'll chase off a big old predator bird. And then, like, as soon as the predator bird is gone, like, because the seagulls aren't naturally around, like, our hamlet area. But, yeah, I've seen them come through chasing off, like, a big bird of prey. And then once the bird of prey is gone, they just, like, fuck off back to where they're from.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's interesting. It's like watching a bunch of small airplanes in, like, an air fight battle.
And we joke between ourselves, like, oh, look at those majestic white birds. And that's just simply because one time we were bird watching. And
They are majestic.
And Evan's like, what's that white bird? And I was like,
majestic white bird.
you mean the seagull? So
It's majestic, okay? You're just jelly. you just want to go build ropes. I
so
know
now
you.
we just call them majestic
let
white
me
birds.
grind while I build this rope. Fuck yeah.
But my dear sweet love, my dear sweet
It
friends.
is that time, and perhaps we have some movies to watch this weekend, so we can, you know.
I am also hungry.
Yes, me too.
And it's pretty gross out, so
Can't just live on chocolate peanuts alone.
No, debatable. Thank you everybody for being here. It is beautiful to see you upon the morrow.
Indeed.
I'm glad that you came to visit us today after we went and got the groceries.
You guys silly?
I think
I'm
we're
still gonna send it.
probably gonna go stretch our legs, maybe, depending on how crappy it is outside.
We usually go for a little walk after stream.
I need to stretch out my body.
Yeah, as a way to, stretch it out.
Stretch it out
Be
to
a
the
little
max.
fit.
Pump it up.
Move the body around.
Lots of love.
Motion is lubrication or whatever.
Thanks for being light on. Oh, and thank you for saying such things. We might look a little off-colored because of how dark it is. But it's good to see everybody as always. Take care. Much love. We'll see you on Discord, or we'll see you soon.
That's supposed to be a heart.
That's a heart, not a upside down butt.
Yeah.
It is dark.
We'll be back on Monday.
Das Vidanya!
And yeah, Discord.